Lady, lady, let's go. Get your coffee and let's go.
No, ahí lo dejo.
You can wait out here.
No, yo no lo quiero.
Wait out here. Get your coffee and wait out here.
Oh, okay. Mis tacos?
Yes, you get your tacos, but wait here.
Okay, okay.
Wait. Don't go in there.
No, I don't go anywhere.
Are you getting up?
Okay, come on.
The original plan this morning was to go to Homegrown Cafe and then visit Homeboy Industries right after. But instead, today is a holiday. Shall we have breakfast? Yeah, let's go find something. Is this it? Yeah, is this it?
Tener dignidad, mire. Valiente anciana de Jerépica. Ay, Lord.
We get a lot of homeless here. Hola, ¿cómo está? Here at the church, right here on the plaza, they feed the homeless every day. There's a lot of them living around here. Usually very nice people. You don't usually have somebody a little too crazy like this. She was kissing this guy.
Sí, señor. Lo que usted diga y mande. Para servirle al gobierno.
I actually like her. Who's the owner? Do you want me to kiss his hand or kiss his ass? My dad was born in Dominican Republic. Came to the States when he was 21. Just an amazing story. Never went to. Had to leave school when he was 6 years old, in 6th grade. He learned English on his own. Was good with numbers, and eventually worked his way up as a clerk in a bank when he was 21. An American came in one day and said he needed to have something translated, a document into Spanish. Could anybody here help him? Everybody sort of pointed at him, and so he did the document. And the guy came back the next day and said, I have these 2 other documents. Could you do those for me as well? They did them. He comes back the 3rd day and says, I work for a drug company in a town called Evansville, Indiana. Meade Johnson. I can give you a job, but under the condition that you go to college at night. And it's like so. That's what he did. My dad came to Evansville, Indiana, and started working for Meade Johnson and tried to sign up at the local college. It's University of Evansville now, but it's just like Evansville College. And he hadn't even gone to high school. So they did all these tests, and he was just really smart. So they accepted him under all these conditions. And 2 years later, he was graduating from the college. Goes on to Wharton School of Finance, University of Pennsylvania, gets his MBA there, top of his class, and becomes a U.S. corporate executive for General Foods Corporation in Latin America. And so he meets my mom, who's of German and Polish descent. She was a secretary at Meade Johnson. And when I was 2, we moved to Bogota, Colombia for a couple of years, and then back to Stamford, Connecticut, and then when I was 9, we moved to Guatemala. And that's where I grew up. So those were formative years, 9 to 18, and then I still spent 5 years at University of Tennessee in Knoxville, Tennessee. Yeah. Great. It was a fabulous choice. And then went on to Cornell Medical School in Manhattan. Spent 4 years there. All through college, I kept going back to Guatemala for summer and Christmas. My high school sweetheart, while I was in college, she was in medical school in Guatemala. But we kept up this really very beautiful relationship there, I think, through those years, and kept thinking about stuff that, how could we address the poverty there? Well, when I went to Guatemala to start this project finally, it was a really tough moment. It was economically, coffee was reaching its lowest international price in 50 years. So a lot of coffee plantations were shutting down, were firing workers, it was a difficult time. And that was the whole plan had been to offer these services to wealthy coffee owners, that we would send a doctor and train somebody from the farm to do a lot of the basic health work, blah, blah, blah. And we couldn't get anybody. It took 4 years to set up the organization. I had to go to Congress and battle for this whole thing to happen. Well, once I finally went down to set it up, it was just economically the worst possible time, right? You know, and spent about 6 months trying to find farmers who would accept our service, and we were having a really hard time. No, it was about 3 months. And we finally, this one farmer said, "Okay, I'll take you on. You're gonna send a doctor all the way out there." Okay. He only did it because my girlfriend was dating his son. My girlfriend was dating his son. My high school sweetheart. Yeah, was actually dating him, and only because of that the father accepted, because the son was asking, "Can we do this?" But how it was such a suiting situation. This farmer was such an asshole, man, such an asshole. He of German descent. He would show up in his helicopter and land on the swastika, this huge swastika, and his whole farmhouse was all paintings of the Fuhrer and signed books of Mein Kampf and really heavy duty. He was a Nazi. They would fly to Germany and march every year, and I remember when we were waiting for him the first time there, for him to show up, he wouldn't take us in his helicopter. We had to show up there on our own. But it was our first meeting, and he shows up in his helicopter. There's all these indigenous people working around there, and he gets out and he looks at us and he says in a really loud voice, he says, "All the Indians, we have to kill them, every single one of them, they're all, just like saying, screw you, you're all nothing, and you better know what your place is here in life, and it's like, oh my God, this is the guy, this is the asshole of assholes that was the person who let us bring health services to his farm. And I thank God for that. I'm so grateful that he was the one, such an asshole, because he even amongst the assholes in Guatemala, he was. People knew who he was, what a super asshole he was, And it took about 1 month, and 5 of his buddies then signed on as well then for the service, right? Because they knew if he's taking us in, and it's like, then we must not be that bad. So it opened up the door, and that was the beginning of that project. Over the 10 years, we set up 94 employer-based healthcare programs. He served almost 500,000 visits through all those clinics that we set up during that 10-year period. The first 5 years, the war was still raging, which is why he took us on. It had nothing to do with wanting to help the workers. He could give a shit about it. And kids children were dying every day on his farm. He didn't give a damn, you know, from malnutrition, from diarrhea, the usual, because the conditions were so horrendous. By the time I left, which was 5 years after the peace accords were signed, 3 million people of the 5 million people were receiving healthcare services now based on that model. And it all started with just 2 people visioning and my driving down in a used pickup and a little bit of cash in my pocket, not much, you know. It was so intense. The mayor of LA, yes.
You gotta have a permit.
You have to have a permit to have our own camera. Did you know that LA used to have the largest trolley car system I think in the world? Yeah. It's been a fabulous moment. I've enjoyed this.
Yeah, man, me too.
Glad we could connect some more, and peace be with you. Enjoy your day.